everybody! So this video is all about taming in baby guinea pigs, and this is one of the most common things that I get asked about, so it's highly requested and I really hope it'll be useful for a lot of you watching, whether you've just adopted baby guinea pigs or whether they are older guinea pigs, because a lot of it does apply to guinea pigs of any age really. So before I run through the 8 ways that I tame baby guinea pigs, there are 2 important things to remember. And first of all, it is to let your new guinea pig spend time in the cage undisturbed, just so that they can get used to being in the new environment. And the second thing is to realise that taming takes a long time, so you've got to have the time, the patience and the commitment to spend a lot of time and put in a lot of effort working with them. And then once they are tame, it is really rewarding to see their individual personalities shine through. So this is Sprite. She is my tamest guinea pig. She's 5 years old, so I've spent a lot of time with her over the years, and she is quite happy to let me stroke her in the cage. She's quite happy to be picked up. She'll fall asleep on my lap. She'll always come out for her veggies and come say hello to me. So in contrast to Sprite, I've just adopted 2 baby guinea pigs. I say just adopted, I have had them for about a month now. This is Lyra. And that's Twiglet. So these 2 baby guinea pigs are about 10 weeks old now, which is an age where a lot of people do get them. You can adopt them from 6 weeks, so that's when I got them, that's why they've been with me 4 weeks, and they have really come along a lot in that time. And then we have Willow, photobombing. She has never really been handled, so she hates being picked up and being touched. Don't you? Even though you give the impression that you're very confident and brave. So those are the 2 baby guinea pigs that I'm working with, and let's get started with the video. So the first thing, after you've brought your baby guinea pigs home and you've let them have a few days peace and quiet just to settle in, is to start spending lots and lots of time with them. Just spending time in the same room as them, or going out to see them, whether they're outside or indoors, and just talking at them really. You can put your hand in the cage, let them come up and smell you if they're confident enough to, so that they also get used to your smell, but just being in the same room as them, talking lots to them will really help them just to get used to your presence really. Number 2 is something that we should also do right from the beginning as soon as we bring the guinea pigs home, and that is to set up a routine for feeding and cleaning. And having a routine is really important for taming, because it really helps your guinea pigs learn when something's going to happen, so they can predict when they're going to get fed, when they're going to get cleaned out, and they're not really as daunted by, oh, something's happening and I don't know what it is. Yes, Willow, you're sniffing the camera. Next up is hand feeding, and this is probably the most important tool that we can use to help tame our guinea pigs. Hand feeding basically associates us with food, which is always a good thing in guinea pigs' eyes. So here I have oh, squeaks! Some nice juicy dandelion leaves, and this is far better than any kind of pet shop bought treat that you can get, isn't it, Willow? Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and give them some dandelion leaves. As you can hear, Twiglet is squeaking her head off. She is already quite confident, especially around hand feeding. So you want some dandelion leaves? Yes, are you begging? I just recently taught Twiglet to beg, and it is so sweet. Hello, piggy. So Lyra is a bit more shy than Twiglet. And this is what you might encounter more often with your baby guinea pigs. She's hiding away in her hidey hut, so what we want to do when we offer her vegetables is to not kind of go and to move to So what we want to do when we're offering her vegetables is to not go too forward towards her with our hand, otherwise we might scare her a bit. So she's actually just moved into the tunnel. So so that's going to scare her, which might be a reaction that you might initially get. So rather than following her around the cage with the treat, I'm just going to kind of hold my hand in one place, and slowly but surely she will come and take it from me. In the beginning you might have to hold your hand there for a good few minutes before they have the confidence to come and take the food from you. But when they do take the food from you, they'll get a whiff of your scent and they'll really kind of realise that you're not there to hurt them. You are giving them treats, you're associated with food, and that can only be a good thing. So steps 4 and 5 are kind of interlinked with each other, and they are stroking the guinea pigs in the cage and also taking them out for lap time. And with baby guinea pigs, what we might find is it's a lot easier to actually pick them up and take them out of the cage than it is to try and stroke them when they're in the cage. They can be very, very scared by something coming in, swooping down towards them, and that instinct to run away is very, very strong. So it is going to actually be easier just to grab them, take them out of the cage, rather than spend time following them round with your hand trying to stroke them. It's going to be quick. Pick her up with both hands. There we go. So when you take out your baby guinea pigs for lap time, it does really, really help to have a blanket or something that they can cuddle in, because they don't like being exposed with nowhere to run to and nowhere to hide in and feel safe. So it's best at first for lap time just to take them somewhere quiet and not really have too many sounds or noises going on that might scare them. But I think later on, when they are a bit more brave and a bit more used to being taken out of the cage for lap time, it is good to have the TV on or the radio on or something like that, just to kind of help them get used to some background noise and not be so scared when there's like a sudden noise in a period of silence. Where are you going? Hey? You want to go back in the cage so I can carry on with the video? Yeah? Okay then. So tip number 6 kind of links in with what I was just saying, and that's to kind of keep them exposed to lots of different sounds and noises so that they get used to kind of human voices. You might want to have the TV on so they can hear it. You might even want to have the radio on a bit in their room. And this is one of the reasons why indoor cages often work better for taming than outdoor cages and hutches. So if you imagine that my guinea pigs were in a hutch outside, they wouldn't be as exposed to as much indoor activity, and bringing them indoors would be such a big change from them. It would take longer for them to get used to being inside and get used to having lap time and that kind of thing. So tip number 7 is, if you have an adult piggy in the same cage with them, living with them, it's really good because they'll learn from the adult to become tame and to become not so scared of you as an owner. So for example, I'd sometimes take Sprite out for lap time with one of the babies, and they can kind of see that she's totally chilled out and relaxed, and it really kind of helps them realise that there's no need to be so scared. The same thing works in lots of different situations, doesn't it, Twig? And the final tip, which is the last thing, when they become more brave and you're sure that they're not going to kind of want to hide away as much and dig themselves into a little hole and escape, is spending time with them during floor time. So floor time's a really great way to just kind of encourage them to keep being inquisitive, to keep being interested in the surroundings, provide them with all sorts of different things they can play with. And if you're there during floor time, say you're sat in the pen with them, then it really will contribute to helping them get used to you and get used to your smell and you just being around them in general. So that's all for this video. I hope you found the 8 different tips very useful and you got some new ideas that might help you tame your baby guinea pigs. When you've got them out for lap time, of course, you can combine this with hand feeding and also stroking them, just as I'm doing now, which really helps them get used to being handled and touched a bit more, because they're so distracted by the treats. Are you? Yes, yummy dandelion. Just to say again, taming can take a long time and it also varies a lot between individual piggies based on their personalities. It's so rewarding to see them when they finally come out of their shell and finally get more confident and brave around you. It's so lovely to see. Please thumbs up this video if you want it to be seen by more people and if you think it's useful for lots of people to see. So again, thank you for watching, and that's goodbye from me, goodbye from Lyra, and goodbye from Twiggy. Yes. Goodbye.